Hello, Cherries, and welcome to Live Cherry Sunday, Special Monday, episode 175. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to connect the 5 major pentatonic scales to the CAGED system. And thanks for joining me here today on a Monday. Usually I go live on Sundays, but couldn't do it because I was coming home from a tour, music. But we do it anyway, whenever we can. So let's get right into this. I'll give you a little example. I got a little E chord loop going on, and I'm going to run through the 5 pentatonic shapes and the CAGED system shapes that correspond to it. Let's check this out. The G chord. I'm going to start in this position right here. All right. So if you're enjoying this so far, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, all that groovy stuff. Now, I don't have very many graphs for today, unfortunately, but we'll go ahead and go over here to the close-up camera here, and I'll have some graphs later on today. So if you email me at info@jerrycherry, I'll send you all these chord shapes and positions and all this stuff. So now the first of all, CAGED is CAGED. It's an acronym for the 5 shapes of chords: C chord, A chord, G chord, E chord, and a D chord. So, hello, Billy Bully. Give you a round of applause. Thanks for hanging out. On a Monday, a special Monday. So, continue on with the CAGED for the major chords here. So we're starting off here. What I did in my example was we played over the, we started with the G chord in this E position right here, this E shape right here. And I call it an E shape because here's an E chord right here. You just take that and slide it right up. It's still an E shape, but it's a G chord. And the pentatonic scale that matches up with that is the first position of the of the pentatonic scale, major pentatonic, and it looks like this. Look, it's perfect. You have the chord. You can play the scale. Just like that. Continue on. Do you have to play the exact fingerings? Not necessarily. I mean, what do you think, Billy? Do you play these exact fingerings right here? Like, this is the standard fingering pattern for the major pentatonic. And look, it's a little bit awkward. You're playing on the high B and the G and the E string. You're using your middle finger and your pinky. I mean, you don't have to. You can just use these fingers. But the only thing that matters is you're hitting the right notes here. Switch down, back to the position. I mean, it has some benefits. You're strengthening these fingers you don't use very often. And you could, add to a certain riff here. If you want it to be an open E or whatever. Or if you want to fret, if you're playing the rest of the scale, you might want to, So it's good to have the flexibility to use any fingers here. But you could change them up. If you need to do a bend here. So it's pretty cool. Use the first and ring finger. So Billy uses the first finger and the ring finger. Yeah, just like this. It's perfect. So do I. Because I do this riff a lot, this lick. I go, what do I do? I go like this too. So it's good to have, That's cool. Here's a couple licks in this position right here. You could do. Do a cool little lick like this where you're doing the second into the major third, then hitting the fifth. All within this pattern right here. Certain notes you could land on that sound better than others, like the root note, the G, the second. That sounds pretty good, but the third, it's a great sound. Hello, Jeffrey Boyle. Big round of applause. We just got a G major chord. And I'm playing the G major pentatonic, position 1. Oops. Live. Certain licks you can do. I love this one. It's like a little David Gilmour thing. Right? You can do stuff like... play along with this degree. But in this position, I love the sliding up from the second to the third. Stuff like that. Or this one. Or up here. All right, so I'm breaking out into something a little different than the regular major. trying to keep its major pentatonic, which has this sound. Not necessarily, that's more of a bluesy type of G7. We're kind of keeping it straight up major. Hello, word up, Paul Merrill. Give you a round of applause. I know it's beer o'clock somewhere. Right here in Brooklyn, New York. It's still coffee o'clock. My Cherry mug. It is Monday. Thanks for spending some time here with me on a Monday. Sorry I couldn't do it yesterday. I was at the airport. I was in the sky for most of the day. Flying home from California, from San Diego. Beer o'clock. That's awesome. Hello, Robert. Hello, just subbed. I dig your playing. All right, Robert, that's very cool of you. I appreciate that. I'll give you a round of applause for that. Right now, we're keeping it simple the way I like it. You know, some people don't like simple, but, you know, I like simple. Simple, like complicated, whatever. It's all good. So, you know, the best music, in my opinion, is just simple stuff. You know, you can take a chord like this, G, learn this position. So if you're, you know, now sometimes you're going to get a chord, like it's just a G chord. And now, what are you going to do with it? You know, where are you going to improvise over? Like, how do you know what to play? Well, there's different, the CAGED system's beautiful for that because you have all these shapes to play a G. That's a G chord, so that's a G shape, actually. This is a G chord, but it's an E shape. Here's a G chord. But it's a D shape. Look, it looks like a D. Right? Isn't that cool? Looks like a D. What else? The D. You have this chord. This is a G chord. Looks like a C. Right? A lot of tune there, but it's good. Looks like a C chord right there, right? Why? Because there's a C chord right here that, you know, sorry, I'm covering myself. C. We slide it all the way up to a D, to the G note. Look, it's a C. So by knowing these different shapes, here, look, here's an A shaped G, all the same chord. Why is it an A? Because look, here's an A. Let's slide it all the way up. G. You'll recognize these patterns all over the neck. Here's an A, and here's another G again. Same as this. So now that opens up your whole neck now visually. So you see this G chord here, 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 and so on. And it's the same thing. And you already know these chords because you know the G chord, you know the A chord, you know the, what is it? C chord, you know the A, you know the G, you know the E, and you know those shapes. Those shapes are the same everywhere all over the neck. It's really, really cool to do that. Hello, Ian's Guitar Shack. Indianapolis. Oh, that's really cool. Indianapolis. I love it there in Indiana, the heartland of America. Very, very cool. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for popping in. Is that a golly G chord? Golly G chord. It sure is a golly G. Golly G. It is. I love it. Absolutely, it's a golly G chord. Golly G. So, so with all these shapes, I just played over. There's a pentatonic shape that matches each one. And I don't have those graphs made. I actually made some really nice graphs after last week's live on the same topic, but it was the minor pentatonic, which is it's the same as this, but the relative minor. I did E minor. Now we're doing G major. So I'll make some graphs, and I could email them to you. Just email me info@Cherry, and I'll get them to you today or tomorrow. I'm usually good at that, but I promised Billy I would have that E minor backing track, and I didn't have a chance to do it because I was on the road on tour. But anyway, back to this G shape. We got this first shape, pentatonic. play it all day over that. So now you know, if you're playing a G chord, you can play improvise. Let's throw the major seventh in there. So if you want to take it to the next area right here, you have this shape right here. Looks like a D chord right here. Now there's another pentatonic shape that matches this one. It looks like this. It's always good to look for the root notes inside here. Here's the G. And of course you're going back to the other position. Root note. I like to find the root, the second, the third. Hello, Robbie. I love. Greetings. Give you a round of applause. So this is like a D shape. Look, it's a D. Why? Because you have a D chord here. Why am I out of tune here? Hate tuning. So here's a D. Slide it all the way up to here. D shape, but it's a G chord. And there's a pentatonic position that matches it. And it's the second position right here. It looks like this. Same 5 notes everywhere as this one. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, actually, no, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like that. So you can play this shape over this chord. I can hit this D root note. Emphasize this chord shape. So, pretty cool. Robert. Chris Hayes live ending solo in Jacob's Ladder. Live's incredible. Wish I could learn it. Well, I played in a Huey Lewis tribute band for a short period of time. And I still do. I was actually offered some gigs. I'm not sure I'm able to do it right now, but I loved learning his solos and his music, and it was really cool. Jacob's Ladder. It's just a great song, and I've watched a lot of his live recordings as well to try to catch some of the feel. Of course, I learned the solos, but what's cool about that band is there's a lot of extended solos at the end of the songs and their live versions, and I really dig them. And I tried to not match the live solos perfectly, because they were more like improv, but he had some really, really cool stuff. He was great. So thank you, Robert, for that. I really appreciate that. And he is really, I recommend checking out all of their live stuff from Huey Lewis. in the early days with Chris. And I know they've gotten a couple of the guitar players over the years after him who are really great as well. And I started listening to those guys. I can't think of the names right off the bat. One guy I think is like South American. Plays a yellow Strat. Amazing player. So, yeah. So the second position here, this D shape, matches this pentatonic shape. This chord. Then you go over to the next shape. And I'm just going alphabetically here. You know, I started on E. C-A-G from CAGED, C-A-G-E-D. Didn't really start from the beginning, but I'm rotating E, the D, and then back to C again. So where's the C? It's right up here. So it matches this shape. There's another shape. So you could play around here. Yeah. All right, so we're just going off on this position right here. Hello, Steve Will from London. London! Very cool. Thanks for popping in. Just going over some of these pentatonic shapes. Really kind of, the cool thing about these shapes is that there's different licks that you could do within the same. I know it's the same 5 notes everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Except in the same thing here. But look, right now we just opened it up. We just played all these different shapes, and there's different licks. Like in the C shape, there's this thing. And I love that. I mean, you can't really do that in any other shape. Right here. Over the G. You know, you're right here. Like if you bend it up here on the E string, you have nowhere to go. So I'm bending it up here. This A note. And I have that lick here. And you have, you know, stuff like that. And another beautiful thing about this, it really shows you the neck in the intervals. I was messing around. I did a little lick. Here's the third, the root. lower fifth. And I just know the fifth's here, so I just dropped it down to a flat 5, even though it's kind of weird sounding. But then you have... Sometimes that's cool to do. Back to it. So it shows me the framework of all the intervals. You can just take any one of those notes and change them easily. Whether it sounds good or not. That really, it's up to the listener. So, Robert, what's the tribute band called? Power of Love? They're playing in Vegas soon. Really? Yeah, it is called Power of Love. Well, it's called Power of Love. There might even be 2 Power of Loves, not to be confusing. But the one that I was in is with Tommy C is the lead vocalist. There's a Gary Nutt is on the bass. So if you want to look them up and you saw those guys, that's the one that and you'll probably see my picture all over they still use my picture in most of the advertisements for that, even though I was in it from the beginning and I helped them form, because these are all friends of mine, and I helped them kind of get established. I recorded their demo for them, or did my part and started it off, and but I couldn't really commit to all of the shows they wanted to do, so I'm kind of in and out with them. But go see them; they're a great band, great people, and I don't know, maybe I'll be out there with them again one of these days soon. Great people, great band. So very cool of you, Robert. Hope you see them and enjoy it. So yeah, this is really a lot of fun, and it's a good way to stay focused on your practice too. Instead of just randomly doing stuff, you could pick up your guitar and just kind of, once you get it in tune, So you go over to this next position. It's the A shape. It's like an A. Check it out. Here's an A chord. Got your A. Let's slide it all the way up here to the G. And here's the A shape right here. And you have this pentatonic scale that matches the 4th position here, which looks like this. Have all kinds of licks you could do inside here. It's a nice shape, nice position here. I like this one. Check it out. Just gonna tune for your pleasure. Let me get this a little bit more in. Bear with me one sec. There we go. See how it sounds. Minor bend. I think that shape too. It's a good one. Now going up, there's another one. There's one last one, which everyone knows and loves. And it's like the 5th position of it. And it looks like this. The chord is back to the top again. Actually, I didn't start with this one. I started with this. But it's just a G chord. Do it all the way down here too. Right up here. And the scale that matches it is this one. You have stuff like over this G shape. All kinds of cool licks you could do over that one. Like really cool shape to me. Hello, Bobby! Give you a round of applause. All right, so I ran through all 5 pentatonic shapes with the caged system chords. Really fun stuff. So now there's a really good layout of how to improvise over all these chords and how to get from here. Look, we just played all over the neck with just the same 5 notes, essentially. So, let me know, what way you like to visualize the neck and play the major pentatonic scale. We kept it happy. We kept it major today. And so now you have a chord. You have this G chord, which I played like this. Standard G chord. And like I want to improvise, but I'm going to play the same scale everywhere. You could start with the 5th position. Different licks here. You can bend up like, take the 2nd to the 3rd. I can go up to this 1st position. Into this next 2nd position. To this next position. The C position right here. Here's the D shape, and to the C shape. It's very vanilla sounding. Back to the top again. The G. Now start blending. Oops. Off the rails a little bit right there. E shape. D shape. So we just played all over the neck with a simple idea there. So hopefully you enjoy this. Hopefully you're digging this video so far. Live video. Warts and all. Robert, super sticker, $4 from Robert R. Pair, character, exaggerated, stretching his arm forward to offer a cup of coffee. Don't know. I'm going to try to put on my brain for a second. Think about that. Super stickers, cool. $4 from Robert R. Oh, okay. So I got a super sticker, which I don't usually get too many of them. I have like super chats, and you could throw in a few bucks and buy a super sticker and things like that, which is totally cool. I think that's what it is. Super sticker for $4 from Robert R. Thank you very much. Give you a round of applause. And there's a message on it. It just says, pair character exaggeratedly stretching his arm forward to offer a cup of coffee. And I'll tell you what, thank you very much, Robert R., for that. And I'll give you a toast and cheers to you. And I'll take that cup of coffee, because I think I bought 3 of them yesterday at the airport, and and they're not cheap. So thank you very much. And I threw half of them. I threw all of them away before I finished them as well. So kind of a waste. But I really appreciate that. So any questions about any of this stuff, please let me know. We got a couple more minutes here before we wrap it up here on Monday. So definitely want to thank you guys for hanging out and being here with me today. I appreciate it. You know, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I usually go live every Sunday at 12 o'clock noon, but you know, sometimes I've been touring and can't make the Sundays, but we'd like to get right to it and do it on Monday, if at all possible. And one thing I want to mention is I do have a guitar course. It's called the Essential Skills Collection for Guitar. Oh, there's that message right there. It's right here. And what I do is I focus on 3 topics. Fretboard memorization, so that you can easily recognize the notes all over the neck. The circle of fifths, which is basically where all of music comes from. In that circle, it goes through all different chord progressions. And blues soloing, which is where your soul and feel comes from, you know, and there's backing tracks and graphs, and it goes into very simple things like bending strings, intonation, just bending in tune. You know, important things like that. So check that out. I have a link at the top of the description, I believe. So very cool of you to check that out. And what else did I want to mention? You know, so just let me know in the comments, or let me know right here in the chats how you use the major pentatonic scale. Is it anything like what I did? You just play, you know, in this one shape everywhere. Or you play up here. Or up here. I mean, it's like all kinds of places you could play the same notes, but you know, I find that in the different positions, you'll play differently. And there's so many other benefits to that. Like when you do change chords, you may be closer to that chord in another area as well, which we can get into at another time. So, okay. So now next week, I'm gonna be in Chile. I'm leaving tomorrow for 2 shows with the ABBA band that I'm playing in, called SOS, direct from Sweden, the music of ABBA. And we're going to be in Chile. We're going to Chile tomorrow for a week. So next Sunday, you know, I just realized that it's the same time zone. I might be able to do my live from Chile. So I'll keep you posted on that, whether it's in the community post or I'll schedule something. So you'll know about that. How do you decide to choose a speed pattern? Any ideas to apply it with strumming pattern? How do you choose a speed pattern and ideas to apply in a strumming pattern? Well, as far as speed patterns go, I think that, you know, 3 notes per string is pretty cool with that. Like if you had like a little backing track that was similar to this, like you could do like a, some stick. Stuff like that. Something like that, like I don't know if that's a good example or not, but you know, something like a 3 notes per string is really good at that. And just go up the 3 notes pattern. Using a click, some kind of click, like a, if I did like a, let's see if I went. Yeah, these are just great patterns for that. 3 notes per string patterns. Just go up the neck. Let's do like, here's the second pattern. Up here. What's the next one? Or is it this one? Come back to this one again. So 3 notes per string is very, very good pattern. I made a video on, actually I made 5 videos on 3 notes per string pattern. I took every scale. I did the major ones. I did the melodic minor, harmonic minor, harmonic minor, no, harmonic major and double harmonic major. It's kind of crazy, but 3 notes per string, it's a very, very good way to just build up speed. And I made tons of videos on, just doing like simple exercises like this. You know, like a and different fingerings. this one. All kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, definitely check out some of those videos. But I'll keep that in mind for a future video too, to maybe make an updated version of that for you. All right. Very cool. Thank you very much for that. So, all right. So we're going to wrap it up here today shortly. Any other ideas for any future videos, please let me know in the comment section or right here, right now, while we're wrapping it up. I think we pretty much went over everything we wanted to go over today. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Robert R., Robert, Bobby, and STV Will. Very cool of you. Robert, greetings. I love and Ian, Guitar Shack, Paul Merrill, Jeffrey Boyle. All you guys, really, really appreciate you spending some time here with me on a Monday. Thank you very much. I love yous. We'll go through this. We'll just do a little thing right here. We'll wrap it up. We'll take it on home. Playing some very simple stuff here. All right, thank you guys. Have another beer. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I love yous. Be cool. Be kind. Be cherry. If you want to see another video on this topic, we'll put up something with the pentatonic scales right up there. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao, y'all. Thanks for hanging out. You're the best.